why 95% of AI projects are failing and what business leaders should do instead. This is an article written by Forbes about a recently performed MIT study. And I'm not going to waste your time about some long intros. The first reason why they are failing is because they have the wrong subject and the wrong goal. They're trying to use AI for marketing and sales when in reality this is the area that should be left to humans, at least at first, and businesses should rather focus on these operational drags and operational tasks like administration, like bookkeeping, like customer support. All of this must be done with AI, as these are often processes that can easily be automated. What makes them easy to automate? Well, they are already a standard process. Each and every time, these topics of administration, they have a preset process. First, this must be done, then this, then this, then this. It works in this way. Tickets must get answered in this way. When a customer asks this question, we need to answer it in this way. Oftentimes, software companies or in general IT have documentations about their own product and their own process. And so these tasks can really easily be automated. Other than marketing and sales, where a lot of human intelligence and actually understanding the human psyche is needed, which AI tools, as much as I love them, can't really do what's necessary. The second reason, AI doesn't adapt to the processes these businesses have. So they start implementing them, they start using them, but the AIs don't learn from the processes. They don't get better. As oftentimes when speaking about AI and what their benefit in the business is, the number one reason that gets brought up is that they adapt to the business and to the processes that they're implemented in. But oftentimes this is not the case, right? You can think about when the last time was you used ChatGPT, and yes, fair, they learn from the things that you say to them, but it so often happens that you still have to remember them of things they have said. And if this is not done with AIs that are there to give you information, like ChatGPT, they're just exchanging words, but rather AIs that are there to actually do stuff, like a pre-built chatbot that is supposed to answer questions from customers, if they don't learn, if they don't recognize what worked well and what the customers and users actually want to have, well, then there's no point, because they're going to make the same mistakes over and over again. Other than humans, humans would learn at some point eventually. And what we're trying to do with AI is not replace humans, but help humans do their work better. And under that umbrella as well counts doing work that humans can do, but they're better in other fields, letting that being done by AI. And so AIs must learn, which is why the MIT recommends having anything that you want to handle with AI not done yourself, but done by someone external. Someone knows how to do AI and has experience with it and full time can focus on improving and working with your AI. And so I now could make some cool advertising statements of, hey, look, I'm a certified expert on voice flow, or look, here's many and dozens of testimonials from clients, and I could try and sell you my services now, but I won't do that for respecting you. The next point the MIT points out is poor measurement and unclear impact on results. What we're seeing a lot of times, maybe you have tried to introduce AI to your software or your product to make it more innovative. Everyone is saying, hey, here's AI. AI is this new cool thing. My thing is as well now with AI, so buy my thing because it's AI and AI is cool, guys. This is, as you could probably tell, a really poor way of approaching this topic. AI, as any other tool, still needs to have a specific reason and be measured on the outcome. If you want to build a home, you want to build a house. I'm not a builder by any means, but this is how I imagine it, right? If you want to build a house and you want to do all with your hands, eventually you will need a hammer to put in some nails and stuff. What you do with hammers. If you just bought this hammer because you thought it was cool to have a hammer because other people have hammers and they're building cool houses with it and they're doing it with a hammer, so I'm gonna get a hammer. But you have no idea what to do with the hammer, or it turns out that you actually bought the setup for a house that actually needs glue to be put together, then you're going to look pretty stupid with your little hammer because you don't know what the output is going to be. You have no idea why you even bought this hammer. It just kind of sounded cool. So do not buy a hammer unless you actually need the output. So do not buy AI and do not introduce AI to your product unless you have a clear vision of XYZ will be better or accomplished by introducing AI into my product. And XYZ can't be done better by anything else than AI. So if you have humans in your teams that could program a specific feature of your software better than AI can, then why the hell would you do it with AI? If you don't have these people, then AI might be a cool feature. Otherwise, leave your hands off it. It's just expensive, and if it fails, which in 95% of business cases it is, it's gonna be even more expensive, and it's gonna be pretty uncool for the end users who will have to deal with your, excuse my words here, shitty AI. So, clear measurement. What is the outcome? What are we measuring here? What are we optimizing for? And is this actually hit with AI? I'm a big advocate of AI myself. I like AI, I love AI, I make my money with AI. But it's not the holy grail. It's not the best thing in the world to ever happen to humanity. It's not gonna free us all of our labors and sins. AI is not God. It's just another tool that is cool to use, and it can do a lot of damage, and it can do a lot of good. So use it wisely and don't just use it because other people are using it. As well, something I found really interesting is what they call shadow AI use by staff, meaning employees that use AI without the business owner knowing that they're using AI for this. Like doing tasks that they don't want to do with ChatGPT and doing it pretty poorly, because guess what? To get a perfect outcome out of ChatGPT, you have to understand how to talk and how to prompt ChatGPT to get this outcome, which I don't blame you. Most people don't know, which is why there's a lot of courses on AI and prompting, and I've put up a video on that as well, which I made, which you can watch if you want to. But anyways, things done poorly with AI just because people don't want to do them is a big problem. You see this in schools as well, right? These big discussions, should we allow AI in school or not? Because the children aren't actually learning anymore, they're just using AI for stuff. So how do we manage this? And the answer is, I will give you a full list of how to solve all of these problems that were recommended by the MIT in the end of this video, but some foreshadowing, we don't know. AI is too new. This is a 3-year-old topic. And I know that there's people saying, oh, we got AI in the 70s when it was playing chess on a computer and we actually had it all along. Those were algorithms. Okay? They know if this move gets done, then I have the possibilities of these movements. It's just calculating. It's algorithms. It's not the AI that we know of. It's not artificially intelligent, not as we know it today. So this whole topic of AI is about 3 years old. We don't know shit about it. We know a little bit, which I'm gonna get to in the end, but we don't know how to manage it. We don't know how to build a society around it, or how to build it around the society. We don't know that. So this is still a problem to be figured out, and smarter people than me should figure this out. Okay, so let's get to the what to do instead. We just talked a bunch of what not to do. I now know AI is bad and I should never use it. What now? Well, here it is. First off, we're going to do some lame ones, and then we're going to do the big meaty stuff at the end. Obviously, only target real pain points in your business. Duh. Business, and especially software, is complex enough. Don't make it harder by using AI for shit that you don't need. Right? So actual problems. Let's use an actual problem of a business. Customer support. Most software companies struggle with customer support. I guess you know the feeling of you're excited for some new feature. You will be working on some new feature of the software, some new aspect of the business. You get out of bed, you make your morning coffee, sit down on your PC to start working, only to find out you have a inbox full of dozens of emails from clients, from staff, and from leads who want to know about certain aspects of your software, which you have just written the exact answer to in the documentation the night before, but nobody's actually looking in there, and now you have to answer all these emails, and now half the day is gone because you just had to write emails for things that would stand in the documentation. So AI could be trained on this documentation and on your internal data and on your website, and now you can ask the AI those questions and it will answer you. And now this whole lot of work is no problem for you anymore because you don't have to invest the time. You can now work on whatever you want to work on, and the clients are more satisfied because they get perfect answers to their questions and they get them immediately. So this was an example use case. By the way, if you want to have a chatbot like this, what I just explained, for free for your business, top link in the video description is my school community. It's completely free. You can join in there right now and you will get a chatbot like this completely for free. So do that right now. Second one, adding on to this, use AI for daily operations and administrative work, this is just the easiest one to get started. It's the easiest one to automate, as these are already preset processes that happen in exactly that way every time. So you can actually check on whether this is working or not, because the only metric is it working just as before without any humans touching anything? Okay, number 3 to do what to do instead. If you want to use AI, which I can totally understand you want to do, because it is still really cool and really beneficial, and let's not pretend like the obvious thing isn't true. Everyone who isn't using AI will have some big problems in the future. So you should definitely use AI, but have it done externally. This is something that they point out throughout this whole study. Have it done externally by people who are all day focused on your specific AI that they developed for you, so they understand it in and out and they can improve it on it for you. And yes, I do this, so you might argue that I want to try and sell you something. You can read through the study, it's actually in there. And for God's sake, if you don't like me, go to someone else. Literally, they will do it for you as well. I do it, yes, but they're gonna do it as well. So choose whatever you want. I'm cooler though. And I'm sexier. Okay, another thing they recommend, this is for the employees use AI without the owner noticing. Train your employees on AI, even if it's just on a basic level, so that either they understand that using it for things they shouldn't be using it for is bad, or if they use it for that, they at least know how to use it so the output isn't as bad. And obviously control and monitor the internal AI use, and if what you're using AI for is actually working. As you are probably in software, this is going to be pretty easy, because most softwares or most developers develop their software with internal dashboards and metrics of how their software is working. So seeing if AI made any difference in this for our industry not be a big problem. You chose a lucky industry on that, but it's important that we know if we put this in, what comes out.